Welcome back to the Branson Convention Center, what today is the center of the Cornhole universe for the first ever American Cornhole Organization Pro Series Qualifier here on Stadium Sports Network. I am joined by my colleague, Melby, aka Melbs. I am Marcus. We're going to go by Marcus and Melbs today. Seems like a morning show we should have there, Melbs.
I like it.
Today's matchup, we are unfortunately have to tell you these players are in the losers bracket. We have Tammy Williams from Virginia. We have Shawn Anderson from Mississippi, both professional cornhole players actually. The purple jerseys that you see there means they have won a major, whether it's singles, doubles, co-ed, no matter what, you win, you get a purple jersey. Melvis, do you have one of those jerseys?
No, I do not.
I don't either.
I'm pacing myself.
Well, we're going to learn a lot about cornhole with these players here today. As you can see, both players here are stand players. A lot of players are step players. They're going to go down and back here. I think this is their back. Shawn Anderson with the earbuds in. He has the blue bags, which means he has honors when they have the first bags. And Tammy Williams will follow suit with the second bag. And
Tammy has each of them have a lot of those purple jerseys actually. Yeah, Tammy's won a lot of majors.
I think they have more than one purple jersey.
Lots of them.
That's good to know. Tammy says her favorite shot is the airmail. No, I'm sorry, that's Shawn. Shawn says his favorite shot is the airmail, and his trick shot is 2 bags at once. I don't think that's a legal shot here today, but it would be interesting to see. And Tammy says her favorite shot is one that will cut around another bag.
It's my favorite shot too. I just don't have it down very well.
My favorite shot's the one that goes in.
Right. I think we're live.
And we're going to get things started here with Shawn Anderson going his first bag in. Tammy follows suit with a blocker bag there. Intentional or not, it's a great bag there
That would be my favorite shot.
To see what Shawn can do. And Tammy a little frustrated with herself as she throws that bag off there to the right. Both players throwing the new American Cornhole edition bags there, which also have 2 sides to them, a sticky side and a slick side.
Nice bags.
Have you thrown these bags?
I haven't thrown them, but I was playing around with them before we came up here. Very nice.
That bag right there on the sticky side kind of bounces over the other one, as we don't see that a lot on these boards. You see that a lot in backyard cornhole, as one bag bounces over the other one. He call it no bouncies.
It's going to be 3 for Shawn.
Shawn picks up 3 there. As
Tammy had the last bag off the back.
An interesting round to start. Sometimes you see some block bags. Other times you see both players going bag for bag. Tammy, as we can see, getting frustrated with herself there. But
shake it off. Shake it off.
We've seen her lock it in before, and I think she's going to lock it in again today.
Shawn, they're both going sticky side down.
It's interesting to see both players throwing sticky side down, because
he went fast side that time.
You think throwing the slick side would be more susceptible to go in the hole, but if you knock right down the middle, a lot of times it's going to fly off the back. So I think that's a lot of their strategy. She just proved me wrong there with the sticky side down. It goes off the back. And
Yep. It's twice in a row. She had a 4th bag off the back.
Interesting you bring that up there, Melbs. 4th bag off the back. You think that's the hardest bag to make, or do you think it's the first bag's the hardest to make?
I think Shawn's been setting it up pretty well. He's put her in a tough spot for that 4th bag, both frames. Yeah, see, now he's behind the hole though.
The first bag and the 4th bag, hardest bags to make.
Agreed. Agree.
And we're not there yet, but the last point is the hardest point to get, as people say, as they're playing all the time. When you're at 20, it doesn't come easy to get 21. Tammy with a nice rollover shot there. I don't know if that was intentional or not there, Melbs.
I think she did. Nice job, Tammy. Shawn lets her right back in.
Shawn lets her right back in, 4-3. And Tammy plays in a lot of blind draws, she says, back in her hometown of Virginia on Wednesday nights. And a lot of these players, they're only playing blind draws during the week. And then on the weekends, they're trying to find somewhere to play. There's not a lot of tournaments during the week as far as bring your own partner, a lot of money. It's just kind of show up, randomly select your partner, see who you get, and kind of switch bags and see what bags you're more comfortable with for when you go to a major. Then you have a blind draw, and you're comfortable with throwing different types of bags.
Yep. Blind draws become real popular in my area. It depends where you are a little bit. I know in Indianapolis we have a ton of blind draws through the week. Oh.
I'm from the Nashville area there in Tennessee, and it's interesting to see Nashville, you would think would have a lot of cornhole players there, but you kind of have to travel outside of Nashville, an hour north, an hour south, east, west, to find the actual good players, as you would say. Nashville has a lot of tourists, and so if you did kind of a blind draw at a bar, it would be a lot of walk-ups that don't know what they're doing, and,
sure.
And when you get to a point where you're playing with those types of players, it frustrates the people like us that are used to certain bags and certain boards, and
Yep.
you need to draw people that don't know what they're doing, and it's why am I here type of thing.
Yeah, it depends on your area a lot. Indianapolis is, we've gotten huge, so we've got a huge crowd of regular players now, so we don't, when we have a couple of novice players, they're going to end up, we won't have as many novice players really because we have so many regulars, which is great. Used to be, you're right, used to be blunt. Depending on where you are. Oh, another fourth bag off the back again. It's two more for Shawn.
Seems like Tammy's struggling with that fourth bag there.
A little bit.
You have to wonder what she has to do to turn it around to really get that fourth bag in her head. Hey, I have to make this bag.
Mm-hmm. And she had an opportunity there with the bag in the hole too. 5-point lead for Shawn.
With you being a player there, Melbs, what's something that you kind of do if you're struggling with a certain, say, first bag or fourth bag or shot? What do you kind of do to get yourself back in the game?
You know what? You got to take a breath, and like a lot of sports, you have a short memory. Basketball, you miss a lot of shots, or if you're a baseball pitcher and you can't find your spot, you got to just take a breath, calm yourself down.
I used to play a lot of golf, and it's kind of like, there we go, as we're talking about, just the fourth bag. She can't seem to gather that fourth bag and make a run with it.
Yep. It's going to be three more for Shawn.
You could also use the reference as in golf, as I was taught growing up, as in cornhole, it's just shot to shot. You go on a hole and you make a bad shot on this hole.
Yeah.
Then
I think
make a good shot on the next shot.
Absolutely.
Cornhole is kind of the same thing. You shot to shot, but I don't think Tammy Williams is really getting that fourth bag as shot to shot bag.
I agree, and I think there's a lot of similarities. Cornhole and golf. Shawn's going fast side, couple bags in a row. He's decided to go fast side.
It was interesting. He's going fast side there, but he's kind of lofting up a little bit more than he was earlier. It looked like he's throwing a little more of a line drive with that sticky side, but I think he's starting to figure out these boards that it's going to fall a lot more with that slick side.
Oh, no.
As he talks to himself there with the fourth bag struggling. We'll see what Tammy does with her fourth bag as she hasn't been able to capitalize.
Holy cow.
Again, Melbs, the fourth bag just isn't being good to Tammy Williams today.
No, that was a tough frame.
Folks, we got a score here of 15-3. If you're just joining us, welcome to the American Cornhole Organization, center of the Cornhole universe, for the first ever American Cornhole Organization Pro Series Qualifier here on Stadium Sports Network. We have 4 players that have already qualified. We have a lot of pros that are in the losers bracket trying to make their way back up. Right now you're watching Tammy Williams from Virginia versus Shawn Anderson from Mississippi, both trying to make their way back into that final 16 on Sunday, which will be here again. The score right now, Shawn Anderson up 15-3 on Tammy Williams. It looks like the score has gotten away from us, but you never know. There's a lot of game left, and you can never know what's going to happen here.
Game's never over. Since Shawn's flipped it over and gone with the fast side on the bags, he's pretty dialed in.
Tammy with her fourth bag.
There she goes.
There we go, Melb. She capitalizes on her fourth bag. Way to go, Tammy, for that fourth bag there. And she hears us up here in the booth talking about her fourth bag, which maybe that gave her a little confidence to say, hey, I got to do something with that fourth bag or people are going to write me off and know my weakness.
She's had some tough luck. A couple of them have been tough luck. Bad kicks. Shawn stays slick side still.
He figured it out halfway through the game, and he's sticking with it, Mel.
She's still going sticky side. Good bag. Yep.
You don't see that bag happen much, is where it kind of ends up end on end. Kind of like you couldn't walk down there and place it any better where it stands straight up like that.
Yeah, right.
You never know where it's going to go, off to the right or left. It goes off to the left. Tammy Williams' bag's coming back in.
6. That's game. It's ball game.
As we can see, it doesn't work in her favor, and that's the game here, folks. Thank y'all for joining us here in Branson, Missouri, for the not the World Championships, Branson, Missouri Convention Center of the Universe Cornhole Championships. The best cornhole on the planet Earth with the ACO Pro Series Qualifier here at Stadium Sports Network. I'm Marcus, the new guy, Wybrew. Thank you for my partner here, Melb, is joining us, and we'll see you guys on the next match.